Hello, my name is Adrian Hawkins. I've been working with the hazelnut community for a little over a year now. In my day job, I work as an environmental historian at the University of Bristol, and I'm also training for self-supporting ministry in the Church of England. It feels a little bit strange today to be giving a talk on the environment from within the four walls of my study. It's dark outside, the lights are on, and it feels very disconnected from the natural world. But I think that's something that we're very much talking about today. The sense of climate emergency, environmental crisis really is a sense of disconnect from God's world and the world around us. One of the things that we've been asked to do in today's readings is to try and look at something on the wall and turn it round. I'm just going to try and see if this will work and just turn around and show you the map up behind my desk. You probably can't see that very clearly, but that is a map of the McMurdo Dry Valley region of Antarctica. And this is somewhere I'm working with some scientists to study and think about its history. And this is the largest ice-free region of the Antarctic continent. And as you probably know, melting ice in Antarctica is one of the big threats of the climate emergency and rising sea levels around the world. So as I read the readings from Romans today and thought about this theme of emergency, one of the things that struck me most clearly was that you could actually read the reading from Romans chapter 1 as a sort of indictment of the way that we are ignoring God and continuing as before in terms of climate, ignoring the evidence before us. So, I don't know, just they became futile in their thinking and their senseless minds were darkened. Claiming to be wise, they became fools. It's very easy to transfer that to our current thinking and attitudes towards the environment. I think, though, the important thing here is that the sin that Paul is talking about in Romans is exactly the sin that is causing the climate crisis. This sense of human infallibility and being above nature and being above the world around us is what is causing many of the problems that we're facing today here in England and also places like Antarctica. The second reading from Romans chapter 12, I think, though, gives us a sense of repentance, of turning around. And in this, I think two things really stood out for me. The first one is this famous phrase, present your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable to God. So there's very much a material, embodied element to that call of repentance. But it's also about transforming and renewing our minds. So we don't just need to think differently, but we need to act differently in the world. So I think that is the lessons that I pull out of today's readings. And I thank you for giving this opportunity just to share a couple of thoughts.